Hello.
Hi.
The kids are here, just like in real life. I'm going to show you how to curl your lazy blow dry. So here's my hair under a hat at the moment. Take the hat off. I did have to comb out some. I had some little dreadlocks forming as it dried. But you can see that I do have a bit of texture in there that is not very desirable, but I'm going to use my curling iron to smooth those guys out. So this is kind of where I'm at. Let's take this off too. Then you can see it a bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the 1 1/4 inch iron and just gonna do kind of like a beachy lazy wave. I'm gonna put a little bit of the dry volume blast in there, just for some hold and a little bit of oomph, because mine kind of goes flat when I sleep on it. So if you're more comfortable using a clip, do that, whatever gives you enough control. Boy, I wish this wasn't at such a double chin angle, but what do you do? All right, collecting chins during quarantine. So 1 1/4 inch. Turn down the heat if you know your hair holds curl quite well. You can turn it down a little bit. You don't want to fry your hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my front section. I usually will take sections that are kind of on a diagonal. They're not perfect by any means, obviously, but on a diagonal to create that softness. So comb through with your fingers so you're not running into any knots while you do it. And then I'm going to hold my iron up like this. So this guy's to the front, and I'm going to curl away. So starting with my barrel up here, then I will curl down. So I'm using 2 hands while I do this because my hair's pretty long. So as I turn, I'm kind of guiding the tail where it needs to go. And I'm not going to necessarily curl the end. So here we go, dismounting and kind of pulling. So you can see right where I put the heat first is where most of that curl is, right? Where I hold the heat the longest, that's where that curl stays. So that's why when I got towards the ends, I started pulling it out and it's a little bit more straightened through here. That's what's going to give you more of that casual look. And I usually like to go kind of along the top here, and then I'll go along the bottom. So I've got pretty big sections. Like, this isn't a small section that I'm working with because I want it to just be casual and don't want it to look too precious. So again, I'm curling away from the face, and that's what's going to keep it a little bit more updated versus curling towards is more like your Hollywood glam curls. And that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for the long-lasting lazy wave. Letting those set. I'm not shaking them out until I'm done. My hair doesn't hold curl that well, so I'm setting it up for success in the sense that I know it's going to drop. So let's make sure it looks good when it does. So even as I go towards the back, I'm not curling it as high. Jeez, I need a bigger phone to catch all this hair. Okay, so I've got my 3 little sausage rolls here. Then what I like to do is I like to split, throw it over my shoulder, and then I will go in and I'll grab this stuff. So again, big section, it's all the way to like over my ear. And I've got notice how my barrel is not directly straight up. It's kind of like soft and on an angle to start. That way you're not going to end up with any lines or clamp marks. If you keep kind of using diagonals, that's going to work better. Whoop, I might have just let that down a little too soon. So I'll just touch it up a bit more. Cool. Okay. Let me see. There's the next one. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm using this to smooth out some of those kinky guys I showed you before. So make sure you comb through your fingers or with a brush, whatever you feel like you have more control over. And that's what's going to smooth out some of those kinky guys too. Usually I do this the same day, but because I didn't do anything yesterday, I figured whatever. Don't really need to. Okay, so now I'm going into the back zone. You see where those kinky guys are, right? So I've kind of thrown my hair over both my shoulders so I know what I'm working with. I know nothing is back there. Because a lot of you are like, well, how do I know if I got the back? Split it in half. If you have shorter hair too, you don't really have to worry about the back. The back back is going to be covered, so just do a good job on the top. I've never heard my children so quiet. It's terrifying. Still doing the back. What are you guys doing over there?
We're doing her hair.
Whose hair?
Mannequin.
Whoa, what's her name?
Cindy Lou Who.
Very nice. Okay,
I'm gonna do it.
so now I've got one more section left here to deal with underneath. I'm just gonna find it. And I'm gonna pull it out so I can see what I'm doing, right? Because then that way too, I can also look down here. Okay, have I got all those guys? Yeah, that's good. Just need to grab this guy. Comb, comb, comb with my fingers. Use a brush if you're better with it. Still curling away. So this is all curling off of my face, beachy wave, straighter in through the ends. That kind of look. The main things are keeping those ends out to keep it casual, right? A little bit more straight. And curling away from my face, bigger sections. So I'm letting all this set. If you want to mix it up, we can add different textures and whatnot too. Maybe I'll do that on this side of my head because no one's going to see me anyways. Okay, so let's go with this. I always will still start the same way. I'll start holding my little clampy guy forward, right? Whoop, whoop. Okay, and then I'm going to go in, curl away. So I generally will always start my curl set the same, curling away from my face. And you can touch it up too, because the iron does get hotter as time goes on, so sometimes I find I curl too much. This way we would be adding a bit more texture, right? Adding a bit more, so it's not gonna be all wavy, it's gonna have a bit more texture. It looks, almost makes you look like you have a bit more hair. I usually do this on shorter hair, just to make it not look too uniform and too perfect. You can go in and throw a curl in the opposite direction. So I'm opening and closing this because I grabbed a fat wad of hair and I want to make sure that it's coming through. So I'm touching to make sure that it's coming through there too. Okay, and again, dismount. I'm kind of pulling down as I'm going. So that one's going the opposite direction. It's twirling this way. But I usually don't do that until after the ear, so then it doesn't end up looking silly. And then we'll do that same one with the bottom. Okay, and then I am going to show you one more thing. So normally I would just curl everything in one direction like this side. This one I'm mixing up a bit just to show you what the difference is. Whoops. Shouldn't talk while I'm doing this, but I have to. Okay, get those little ends in there. So even when I'm touching it up, I'm not getting the very ends, right? Okay, so now what I'll show you too is if you wanted to add a different texture that almost looks closer to my natural texture, you totally could. I'm going to do this top one away, and then I'll do the one underneath with that crimpy kind of texture. It's almost like a triple barrel effect without the triple barrel. Also a good one to add for just another element of curl or kink, just a different way to use your tool. And that's what you want to know, is know how to use your tool, and then you don't actually have to do that good of a blow dry because no one has time for that. All right. Icky. Here we go. So I'm grabbing a little horizontal section of my rat's nest. Here's one of the dreads. This is where I need my hairstylist. Help me, I need a haircut. Oh, I had to cancel mine. Wah. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna get a brush out. Reality TV right here. Rip your hair out patiently. Don't wear all black when doing a hair tutorial and you have blonde hair, because now you're gonna see how much hair I'm actually pulling out of my head. Ow! See, Ren, this is being mean. I wasn't being mean to you this morning about your hair. This is being mean.
Does it actually not hurt?
Oh my gosh, does it ever? Okay, see you later, 16 hairs. Didn't need you, apparently. All right, got a nice smooth piece of hair out of it. Great. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go clamp, 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 clamp. This is where I would turn your heat up a bit. Right? And you're gonna go back the other way. And we're gonna go clamp, 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 clamp. Jeez, come on. Clamp, 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 clamp. Maybe I'll just hold it a bit. I have a pretty big piece. And then we're gonna go back. Better wash that. I'm just kidding. No one's gonna be in here for a bit. Okay, this is not as fast as I thought it would be. Sorry, guys. Clamp, clamp. Does it make more entertainment when I say clamp, clamp? Okay, and the other way. Wah, wah, wah. So you can see why this is not my favorite because it takes a bit longer and I am just really lazy at my hair. But it does look cool when you're all said and done. So even if you went and you curled your hair and you're like, I don't really like how that tail end's sticking out, because that'll happen. You'll curl your hair and you'll be like, what? Why? Why is that sticking out so weird? You can use the same technique to go and just tuck it under or tuck it up with your iron, right? Think of your iron as like a rounded flat iron. It's still a very valuable tool. It's not just used for curling. You can touch it up. It's not as hot as a flat iron, so I like that personally. And I'm gonna do these last 2 curls just normal because I just think my children are gonna start playing with sharp objects and that's just not good parenting. Okay, so I'll just curl this the opposite way and curl the other one the opposite way and then I'll shake it out. I also wanna say thank you to Sarah and Andrea for keeping things going on the movie thing and helping me through all this stuff because it is tricky to have your business shut down and not know where it's going to go. So thank you to those ladies and thank you to all my clients as well. All right, so here's me checking to see what's going on. Oops, looks like you missed a piece, Mommy. I mean, Lisa K. Kids are around. I refer to myself as Mommy. Okay, curly, curly. Sprite, Sprite, let it cool. Okay, go in and shake. If you know that your hair is going to drop a lot, don't shake it too much, but you do want to make sure you're not walking around with those little sausage rolls because that just is tacky. And then I would be considered a bad hairstylist for letting you do that, so don't, please. Unless it's just around the house, which I guess that's what everyone's doing, but the finished results should not look like sausage rolls hanging from your head. Okay, let me see. Aha! Yes. Very nice. Perfect for putting a hat back on to protect my skin from the sun. Yes?